Hi guys, welcome back. Last week I found a sketchbook that mentioned a little book of all of my samples from the first year sketchbook, which if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'll leave the links in the description box so you can check that out after checking out the rest of this video. But here we are, little sketchbook. It's less than A5 size if anyone wants a reference, but these contain all the samples that I did for my end of year first year of university doing fine art. So here we go. If anyone wants the context behind them, they are all based, I believe so, they are all oil based with tracing paper and even some printing images on them. Don't hold me to that because I haven't actually had a chance to look through this just yet, but it's just one of those things that we're just gonna have to go through together. Some of them are a little bit stuck, some of them are very, very textured. Like this one, we've got multiple images on top of each other. I wanted to warrant having one video for this because there's quite a lot in here. Whoa. I always loved the idea of it being transparent. How thick that is as well, compared to the size of it. These are wonderful though. I think yellow was definitely a theme from it all. And white. This project was based on a visit to Berlin, I believe. And I was using photographs, so that blue bit might have been a photograph that, using cheap ink, I just watered down. What's so great about having sketchbooks is that I can come back to them, especially when you go through them and you go, oh my god, I completely forgot I've done that, and it stems off into another project. Because already I look at this and go, what could this turn into? There was a rule that's new, that my college teacher told me, saying if you end up coming back to a project or an artwork, it means you haven't finished it yet, because subconsciously you're thinking about it, and until you finish it you can't close it. Maybe that's the reason why I keep going back to my paint pots and my drawings. I miss the good old days of just spending all week on a project, not having to go to work. Thinking back now, university were literally my gold years. Bit of green. It's a bit of a difference, isn't it? Going from yellow and oranges. And a bit more subtle this one. You can see that's watercolour, a bit of oil. I think how I made them, I just had an A4 piece of sheet and I just put paint onto it, cut it up, and then work from those segments. That's cool. Really like the green. This yellowy colour is the oil from the oil paint, which keeps it from, I was going to say freezing, it keeps it from going solid. I've got a random segment line. Just moving on. Yeah, so this bit is the oil pastels. I think I was trying to branch out of oil paint and I just went towards oil pastels. Not sure about this section because I only saw part 1 of Journeys. I haven't quite discovered it yet. Because I'm picking the sketchbooks out at random. But then I'll have a proper look. Lots of oranges and reds, yellows. Going back over with white. It's very aggressive lines, isn't it? Like, most of the paper is covered. There's like hints of white that you can see underneath, but other than that, it's pretty much covered. And all very directional. We have some larger pieces. And none of them are actually in the sketchbook. So it must be all redone and then I've just stuck them in, like I said, as a collage book. Oh, what's on the back of these? Well, that one has a drawing on the back, I wonder what of. Might have been Glastonbury, not sure. I don't like to waste paper. If anyone knows me from my channel, any bit of paper that I can reuse on the back or front, if I just cover it up with paint or something, then I end up reusing it. And I think I've gone the opposite way with blues and purples. Maybe I ran out of oil pastels in those colours. Might have been why. I do like that though, much more than the previous colours. I think it's very alluring and the black seems to stay out a bit more. I don't know why. The black lines feel like shadows to me and they're just moving amongst the lines. Like, if I compare that one, that seems like they're walking. And then when you compare to this one, it looks like they're running. So maybe that was the whole point of it. That one looks like I'm just looking up. Isn't it funny how after all this time, I can still kind of see the point I was getting across. But that one's really nice. I think it's the composition of and the use of lines that I've got of them all. It's a shame. I really do wish I worked with a bit more smaller artworks because that is wonderful. I do have quite a lot of mixed media pieces that didn't work out in terms of print, so maybe that could be the way forward. Just looking at this in segments, because if it's got loads of texture and form, they are sometimes really lovely to just look at. There's no context behind it, but it has a history. It has the features of my process and my art practice, things that have gone wrong, things that have gone right but didn't quite make it to the mark. So it could be another process for me to explore of the repurposing of artwork, because it's very rare that I get to, let's say, an A4 piece of paper that I've reused it so much that I have to use it as collage because I can't use it for anything else because it's got so much on the paper. It happens more with acrylic pouring, like the canvas board ends up being really heavy because the amount of acrylic pours or resin pours I've put on top of it, and then I just have to either do a painting. Yeah, these are really nice. I do like the oil pastel effect of it as well. And the orange sits lovely on top of the blue. It doesn't come really doled out. It does a little bit here, but it's still quite vivid. You can definitely tell this is done all on the same paper. So maybe that's something I could do. Like a triptych or, what's the word? Like a set of 2. These are really nice to look at though. And if I've got printmaking textures behind it, when you drag the oil pastel across, it creates this lovely argument between the materials. Oh, I just had a little brain fizzle. If anyone understands this, when you do something creative and your brain is thinking about things, it's like opening a door in your brain just goes, oh my god, you need to do this. It's like when you come out of a creative spur where you've just been making nothing and then you finally have the realisation of what's happening. Like you're on the edge of a masterpiece, shall we say. Oh. It's funny what lines can do to you, isn't it? I think about Mark Rothko. His paintings are one of the best ones I've seen in my whole lifetime. And I've seen a lot of paintings. I've already mentioned this in one of my vlogs at Christmas, but every time I go to London there's a Mark Rothko room and I just sit in it and it's just so powerful that I just want to sit there and cry because of the power of art. It's just, I'm like tearing up just thinking about it because of how emotional it can get in there. And I've always done it. I've always enjoyed the whole experience of it. It's very orange. Powerful. I quite like the fact that they're not perfect either. I wonder what they'll look like if they're on a black background as well. Something to note in it. It's like looking through time. Oh, that's it. Is there any more? No, I've got quite a bit of paper there. What's this? Final outcome sketchbook ideas. That was intense. I'm not gonna lie, should we go back to that page? That was incredibly intense in terms of memories and process. For such a small little book, I didn't expect it to have such a meaningful outcome, and the presentation of it, even though there were like a lot of little ideas, maybe it's something that I should do with all my artworks because a lot of them are A3. Maybe I should just go out, buy a sketchbook and then just put them into the sketchbook, so at least not only then that they are protected, but it's also something to look back on as a project. Because I must have had loads of these to obviously stick them in that to reference buying a book. Because if anyone knows me, I don't like buying stuff. I only buy it when I absolutely need it. There's no other way of me scavenging it from other artists who decide to throw it away when it's completely fine and useful. Do you guys have a favourite? Whoever's watching, please let me know if you have a favourite. They're not numbered, so you're just going to have to be very descriptive. Or even leave a timestamp of when you saw it. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed that as much as I did revisiting my time. I can't even remember putting these in the book, which is kind of upsetting. Because it would have taken me a while to figure out which way to put them in. But at least I've got some space at the very end to put some extras in if I want to. And it has got some ideas bubbling in my mind because I haven't hit a wall, but at the moment I'm doing that thing where I'm just like, I've got these resources, I just want to sit down and paint, which is, at least I'm doing something, but it's not in a project. And I do like to be headfirst into a project because it keeps my brain from functioning and just keeps me sane in this very difficult world that we live in, unfortunately. But on the nice side, we have these little memories of old artworks. Like, if you should see me right now, I'm literally got the biggest smile on my face. It's liberating, it honestly is. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this. And like I said, do leave a comment down below if you'd like to say anything, whichever one was your favourite. And also don't forget to check out my links in my description box, which has everything from my eBay selling account to my social medias and everything else. I have an announcement next month that I want to say, because, well, I can basically say now, because it's only a little thing. I will be moving in a year and a half, and I know there's not many of you, but for the people that do stick with me, I would appreciate you if you would like to support me, either through PayPal donations, buying an artwork, showing your friends the videos, because the more exposure I get, the better. And I really want this year to be the year that I can step back from my job and become a full-time artist, because this is truly the only thing I want to do in my life. Speech over. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.